Hello, this is Mr. Agbamu Idono Grenell. You are welcome to week 3, and this is our first lesson for week 3, and that is estimation and approximation. Today in the class, we did this, we defined estimation and approximation, we rounded up numbers, we rounded off numbers, and we tried to look at it in approximation. Then we try to do approximation of numbers to the nearest whole numbers, nearest 10, hundreds, and thousand. So this was the objective we achieved in class today. Let me just go through the slide, then explain the example we did in class. And that is all for this video. It's a very short and quick one. All right, so now this is the topic and the objective. So this is the meaning of estimation, approximation, and rounding off. So if you just go through the statement I have here, so this is a rough calculation or a smart guess about the size, cost, or number of something without using exact measurement or detailed calculations. So example is guessing the cost of items in the market. Just like the way we discussed in class, you may want to know the size of someone's shoe, the shoe size of somebody. So you may just give a guess value. So that is an estimate you are trying to do. Or you may want to buy something in the market, you don't know the exact price. You may just give a rough estimate. So in that case, you are doing estimation. Then in approximation, you are trying to round up a number or round down, and that is what we call the rounding off. So in approximation, this is the process of making a number simpler or less accurate, but close to its original value for easier handling. A good example is something like 48, for example. So 48 is a number. If 48 were to be a money, you want to buy something that costs 48 naira. You know that you may not have 48 naira to pay. So why not just take it to a more value now that is more reasonable, like 50 is more reasonable to handle, and though it's not too correct, but the accuracy is not too far, so it's still close to its original value. That's where the definition comes from. So it's a good one. Then rounding off is a process or action we take to change a number to a simpler or nearby value. So this is just a statement for the definition of approximation and estimation. So if you go on, you see some applications. So these applications, we say we can apply it in something like quick check. You just want to quickly check the cost of something, or you want to write down items you want to buy in the market. You can just make an estimate on the piece of paper, then do it quickly. When you get to the market, you can start checking your prices and what you have on paper so that you will not go out of cash. Now you can do estimate in shopping or budgeting. You can do estimate in measurement when you are measuring length, distance, whatever you are measuring time or weight, you can take an estimate. You can do estimate in news report. For example, we say about 10,000 people attended the rally. So this is a good estimate you can also do on something or on number of people that participated in a particular event. You can also do estimation in time. For example, how long does it take for you to move from the school to your house? So these are good examples. So this is our main business in this topic, approximation. So you need to know how to approximate a value. So how do you approximate? First, check a number that is nearer to the digit you are approximating. If the number that is nearer to it is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, that means you are rounding up. So rounding up means you are adding 1 to that digit. But if it's 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, that means you are rounding down. That means you are not adding 1 to the digit. So you will understand better when we come to this example. So in this example, you can see that the number is 18,679. 18,679. So how do we approximate this number? First, know the approximation you are doing. So this question says we should approximate this number to the nearest whole number, to the nearest 10, to the nearest 100, and to the nearest 1,000. So the first thing to do is identify the part that is whole number, identify the tenth digit, identify the hundred, and identify the thousand. So now let me identify the whole number. If you could recall in the class, I told us that when a number appear with a point, a decimal point, this side to your left, this side to your left is the whole number. So this side is the whole number part. Don't forget that this is the whole number part. Then this part after the point, this one that goes like this. So this part here on the right is the decimal part. So this is the decimal part, very, very important. So when a question comes and say approximate to nearest whole number, identify the whole number first. So your answer to this number one now, which is 18,679. So this is your whole number part. But now how do you know your answer? Can this be our answer? Let's check. Go and check the digit that is nearer to this 9. Look at the digit that is nearer to 9. You know you are coming like this. You are coming from the left down to this place. So this is 18,679. So the digit nearer to 9 is 7. And if you check the table that we did in the previous slide, something like this, we say when you come from 5, don't forget this, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So all these are rounding up. So these ones are plus 1. So you add 1. So these are round up digits. So don't forget this, very, very important. These are round up. But if the digit go below, something like 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these are round down. So round down means do not add anything, just leave it like that. So these are round down digits. So these are round down digits, you are not adding anything. So don't forget. So now 7 is in the rounding up area. So that means you add 1 to this 9. So don't forget, just come and do your plus 1. And by the time you do your plus 1, you know what your answer will become now. This is 0 remainder 1. This is 8. This is 6. This is 8. And this is 1. So your answer to this, let me erase this. After you have added it, is your answer will now become 18,680. Change this one to 8. Let me erase it and write it well. So this one will become 8. So this is your answer to question number 1. So take note of that. Then question number 2, which says we shall approximate to nearest 10. So looking at this digit, where is the 10? So this is unit, this is 10. So 10 is this digit. So we are stopping in this place. So who is nearer to this 10 is 9. So 9 is nearer to this 10 and that is plus 1. It's a round up digit. So you add 1 to this 7, it will now become 8. So your answer will be 18,680. So that is your answer for this question 2. Take note of that. Then for the third one, which is nearest 100. So nearest 100, identify the 100 here. This is 100. 100 is this 6. 6 is the 100. So what are you going to do now that you have identified the 100? Look at the next after the 100. The next after the 100 is 7. And 7 is under round up, which is plus 1. So you add 1 to this 6. Your answer will now become 18,7. Then every other thing will be 0, 0. So if you wish, you may continue the decimal point, but it does not really matter. It does not really matter because everything will be 0. So after the point, if there is 0, it does not really matter the answer. So take note of this. Then the last one, which is 1,000. 1,000 is this place. This is 1,000. The 8 is the 1,000. So this is 1,000. So if this is 1,000, what will you do? Check the next before the after the 1,000. No, you are coming from your right, from your left. Sorry, 1 8. So 8 is 1,000. So 6 is nearer to 1,000, and 6 is where 6 is round up. That means you are adding 1 to 8. So your answer for nearest 1,000 will be 19190000. So this is your answer. So if you wish, you can put your 0. So this is how you do approximation when it comes to nearest whole number, nearest 10, nearest 100, and nearest 1000. Just make sure you identify the digit first. By the time you identify the digit, the next thing is the digit closer to it, you now add 1 to it if it's between 5 to 9. But if it's not up to 5 to 9, you leave it like that as the answer. So that is all we did today. So by the time you finish this, you go to the homework. So this is the homework. Get it from your textbook, page 188, exercise 23D. You will all see it there. You do 1A, 1B, and 1C um, for number 1. Yes, then for number 3, you do 3A, 3B, and 3C. So this is all we did in today's class. Before I go, let me show you the applet I said I'm going to use. Let me show you the applet. Okay, this is the applet I promise I'm going to show you in the classroom. Let's impute the number we did in class. We did 18. Impute it here. Let me impute the question we did in class, which is 18,679. 18,679.75. Just click on enter. By the time you click on enter, all this information will appear. So you can approximate to nearest 100,000, nearest 10, nearest 10, nearest 100. You can click on this to do other approximation. This is whole number, this is decimal, just like that. But in this question, we focused on decimal. Sorry, we focused on whole number and nearest 10, nearest 100, and nearest 1000. So to do that, you see this is a number. I want to approximate to nearest whole number, which is nearest integer. So how do I do that? I said 7 means you should add 1 to 10 to 9, since this is the whole number part. So if you click on this, you will see this is your answer. So if you click on this, you will see for rounding down. So this is round down answer. Assuming this number here is 1, 0, or 2, this would have been our answer. But in this case, this is the correct answer. The applet is just trying to tell you that you can either round up or round down, but which one is the best answer, you choose it. So this is the best answer. So this is correct. So if I go to nearest 10, you can see that nearest 10, this is the same answer for nearest 10. But for the rounding down, you can see that the nearest 10 changes because this 7 is actually the 10. So we are supposed to get 0 for nearest 10. After the point, all here should be 0. That's why you are seeing 0. But this is for rounding down. Assuming this 9 is 2, 0 or 1, this would have been 7, just like this. So let's do nearest 100, you will see. So you can see that nearest 100 gave us the same answer we got in our class. You can see it 18,700. So you can see it 18,700. But if you round down, you are getting 18,600. But this is the correct answer we need. If you try 1,000, you see that it will give you 19. To give you 19, so this is 19,000. So this is to the nearest 1,000, and that is what we did in the class. You can see there nearest 1,000 is 19,000. So this applet is a good one. I would like us to use it in our classroom. You can use it in at home as you are studying. Just impute the number you want. You can impute any number. Let me take maybe 38 point maybe 437. Just click on enter. You can see it now. If I want to round up this number, let me round up this number to nearest 10. Nearest 10 means my answer will be 40 because 8 is rounding up number. We add 1 to 4, it will be 40. So we click on nearest 10 and click on this place, you will see that will give you 40. That is the answer. So this is the thing we are saying. But if you want to round down, you are going to get 30. But rounding down is wrong. Rounding up is correct. So this is what we are talking about. So if you want to do whole number is going to give you 38 because 4 that is closer to the whole number is not up to 5. So if I click on whole number, so you can see that to nearest whole number, it gave us 39 for rounding up and 38 for rounding down. But checking this number after the point is 4. So 38 is the best answer. So this is the correct answer. So you can actually use this applet at home just to play around with it to understand approximation very well. So that is all I have for this video. Take time, go through the explanation I did here, go through your textbook, see the way your textbook explain their question, then do this assignment and submit it tomorrow. So that is all for this video. Thank you for listening. Thank you for attending this lesson. Do have a nice day.